Well, heck, since I guess I'll give y'all another lesson in interdimensional water, and then I'm going to tag a story that happened today, a true story, on the end here. But today, in the lessons of interdimensional water, what I wanted to talk about is the welding hat and welders. And, like welders like you see out on the pipeline. They got the big welding trucks and stuff, and they weld pipes together. Those kind of welders. Well, if you're aware of pipeline work or plant work, and you know the weld, if you've ever issued permits or anything for a welder, it's one of the best jobs you can have for the money. Okay, it's a really good job. I mean, they make like $55 an hour, and they sleep all day. But what I wanted to compare that to with the interdimensional water is a welder sleeps all day on the job. That's all they do. They sit in their truck with the AC on and they sleep. And then somebody comes and wakes them up and says it's time to weld, right? And that was what made me think of that. Was a lot of people don't understand that a welder's hat, the reason that they got that little lid on it is so when they're sitting in their truck in the daytime, they can pull that down over their eyes and it blocks out the sun, right? That's what that's for. So they can sleep, and then when it's time to make their weld, they can weld. True story. So what I wanted to apply that to is a cog, okay, or a dreamer. Remember the dreamers? That was interdimensional side talk in the media for the NSA hacked the entire country's mind, and they leech all of the data out of our minds now. And the cogs are the dreamers. You can see that in Minority Report. So while they're sitting there sleeping and they're having dreams, which is that's actual cosmic water, okay? And waking dreams, the ones you remember, those are the ones that you really need to pay attention to, right? So, but the NSA catches all the dreams that are in your mind now, right? They got sophisticated technology capable of doing that. And they created this big wheel, this network that's capable of forecasting future events. And if now they got people that torture the cogs so they can get their way, right? Especially if you're one of the lead cogs. But the dreamers, the ones coming across the border, the illegal aliens, right? There were the cogs, that's all interdimensional water. A welder sleeps all day till they wake him up to make the weld. Well, that would be me making these videos or sitting down at the computer and typing emails about what I dreamed of. That would be the weld, right? A welder, okay? Welding AI. All right, this is the 21st century. All of this was, you got to pay attention to that interdimensional water because that's ET's system that he set up, okay? That's that he's setting up. But there's people using that system in very inhumane ways, and they're actually torturing people to death in their own homes. And you can find targeted individuals all around the country who is being used by that system in that manner, okay? They're actually torturing them, and once you torture the cogs in the wheel and they can't get a job or they can't find employment, well, that will destroy an economy because they manifest reality. That's how they're abusing the system right now. They weaponized it, okay? So today, I'm going to make a different video right after this one of some emails that I just recently made that'll explain this next story. So I'm pulling up to a stoplight, right? And right before I get to the stoplight, I had made this email of a fold in space with a wormhole going through it. And I have a picture of me at the top, and then at the bottom I have a picture of somebody's ass that's got Constantine wire wrapped around it. And then I had under that I had a bull, right, with the horns and the cog. That one picture of the Satan in the pool with the horns. You'll see. Just pay attention to the next video that I upload after this one. But I'm pulling up to the stoplight, and before I get there, that's what goes through my mind was the wormhole with the fold in the space. And that picture of Satan grinning, you know, you know how he does in that picture. And as I pull up to the stoplight and stop, about 20 seconds later, coming down the road in front of me is a truck, and it had bull horns on the front of it. And I was like, that one was pretty good. You know, swear to God, it went down just like that. And then when the light turned green and it took a right, and I went straight, it was a welding truck, which made it even better, right? So that's the kind of stuff I got to deal with all day. And by the way, that's getting a whole lot more frequent, for the record. There, Lockheed Martin, who's putting on a clinic here, I'm pretty sure, because you knew about the actual COG first, if I'm not mistaken. Their skunk works. So, yeah, wanted to share all that.